In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to replace your Taco 4-zone switching relay. This model is a SR504. I showed you the noise it was making, which is a bad resistor inside the unit. We'll be replacing it with the new version. Same deal, SR504 4-zone, but it's a different interior. Let me open this one up and show you what it looks like. If you haven't seen them before. What we have here. These are all your resistors, transformer. What this basically does is control your circulator pumps. Okay, turns them on when the zone calls for it. So if you have a heating on the first floor, which right now you see is off, green means it has power, red means the zone is calling for heat. So when you turn the thermostat on, it's gonna turn this light red, which will turn on whatever zone that's calling for heat. So that'll be your thermostat to each pump. You get a slight electric buzzing sound coming from here. You know one of these is the culprit and is acting up, okay? There's plenty of videos on YouTube telling you how to diagnose these with multimeters and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going about that today. Today I'm just showing you straightforward. Out with the old, in with the new. Simple process. A lot of wires, don't be scared by that. We're gonna go step by step. You open up your new unit. This is what you're gonna get inside. Like I said, it's a big difference from the old to the new, but it's the same process, okay? Your new unit is gonna come with jump wires. I don't have any on my old one, so I'm not gonna show you any about that. If your old unit don't have one, you don't have to worry about the new one. As you can see, everything is labeled on the bottom. On my old unit, I have a ZC to ZR jump right here. You can see it, it's a hard wire that goes in here. And if you look at the old one, it has it right there in front of you. If you notice on the chassis here, you have 1, 2, 3 wires going in, hard wires, okay? These here have knockout plugs. So you're gonna have to knock out 3 of these plugs right here. You'll wanna do the closest ones to coincide with that, okay? So the only way you knock these out is you push them from inside like that and press them out, rock it back and forth and break the tab. Simple as that. You can see I have many different options. So I'm gonna look on here, match up the wires to the zones closest to each one, and then knock them out on here. Okay, now, before you start touching any of the electrical wires, you're gonna come down, you're gonna find your boiler shut off, you're gonna shut it off. As you can see, it kills the power going to this. Also, go to your circuit panel, you're gonna kill power to your boiler at your circuit breaker, and the switch right here. So you have double protection here. You don't wanna touch any of these wires while they have power. I always start by taking a flat screwdriver, lining it up here and hitting your knockout wires. The nut, busting the nut loose so it can spin freely like so. Do that for each one of them. It's not under tremendous pressure. 2, come over here, 3, boom. If you have plenty of wire, like I do, I have plenty of free movement up and bottom wires. I'm gonna take the box off, move it out of the way, mount a new box, and then we're just gonna take one wire at a time, take it from the old one, put it into the same spot in the new one. Simple process. Otherwise, what you're gonna wanna do is take some Scotch tape with a paper and label each wire to where they go, okay? So in that case, you could just take all the wires off in one shot and just put them back in the exact location you took them off from. So in my case, I have room to wiggle this box out of the way and put the new one in. And we're gonna do it, like I said, one wire at a time. So you got mounting screws, one here, and possibly on the bottom, okay? Take these screws off, like so, each one. I took the 2 bottom ones out already. Move the box out of the way. Let it come down. Like I said, I have plenty of wiggle room here. I'm gonna mount the new box to where the old one was. Got the new box exactly where I want it, like so. You're gonna take your screws, put them in the exact spot, and mount it up to your board. 4 screws mounted up to your board in the back. Okay, you're gonna wanna make sure the unit is level. And now we're gonna start at the top and work our way down, okay? Here's your old unit. You got a single brown wire coming in from the right side. Let's move this up so you can see, which comes down to an isolated end switch. Red is on the X, and Y is on the X, okay? You're gonna find that over here, which is on the top, right here, X and X. You're gonna put it the same way, red here, white here, right from the top. Take your Phillips screwdriver, crack it loose, 1, 2. Trying to get this all on camera for you. Like I said, very simple process, boom. Move your old one out of the place, pull it through the top, like so. And we're gonna wire it in from the top on your new unit. Come down through the top, press it in as far as needed. Like I said, here's your isolated end switch. Crack it loose, 1. Crack it loose, 2. You're gonna put your red wire behind the little plate, like so. You're gonna see it pass through. Tighten it down. Not too much force because you're going into a circuit board. Give it a little gentle pull. Solid. Do the same thing for the white wire. Right behind the flat plate, behind the screw. Tighten it down. Now you're gonna come over here. We got 2 wires going in, brown wires, okay? Zone 1 is gonna be the leftmost wire, which is here, red and white. Red goes on the left, white goes on the right, zone 1, okay? So I'm gonna crack it loose. Boom. You're gonna come to the new unit, find zone 1. This one's labeled red and white. You come down from the top and put it in position. Red and white. Crack your 2 screws open. Zone 1, red. Zone 1, white. Put them where they belong. Now we have zone 2 right here. Another wire coming out the top, same deal. Red to R, white to white, W. We got the top half completely done. Now we're gonna focus on the bottom ones and we're almost done. You're gonna come now to your bottom wires. We're gonna separate all the ground wires. This right here should have been grounded to the body. That was the wire, the green wire that I was telling you about. So we're gonna make sure we ground this to the chassis of the new one, and all the green wires, each 3 of these has a grounding wire, which is the green one. So all these get joined up together and grounded together on the same plug that will be right here on the new unit. So I'm gonna separate these, show you the next step. Okay, got my, sorry, so close. Got my 3 ground wires separated from each one of these. And we're gonna start with this one here, which is the first one, which will go into HN on zone 2. So the first one here is zone 2. You got the white one is the neutral. H is the black, okay? Same thing is in the house, white, neutral, black, hot. Take these 2 wires out. We're gonna take this nut out and pull this wire out and put it in the new unit. Right here, separate the wire. 1, 2. We're gonna back this nut off here. Let it hang out right there, and you're gonna pull out the bottom. Take out your wires, black and white. like so. And this whole thing will come out now. Don't lose your nut. You're gonna need that to attach it back to the other one. Like so. Come up from the bottom here, like so. Come up. Like so. You're gonna take your wires and get your nut, sorry my hand's blocking the camera, around the wires, like so. And you're gonna catch it just like so, on the nut. Just like so, okay? We're gonna leave that loose. Like I said, this is zone 2. We'll come to zone 2 over here on the bottom. There's your H for black, N for white. Take your white wire, slip it up underneath the plate, tighten it down. Same thing for the black, up from behind the plate, tighten it down to secure it. You don't want to leave these wires loose. Make sure it's snug. But like I said, you're going into a circuit board, so no He-Man strength. And make sure you're not pinching the white or the black. You want bare copper underneath these tabs. Okay. Green, I'll show you in the end what we're going to do with the green. Now that we have this nut in, the wires in, we're going to take this flat screwdriver and tap this to lock it in tighter. We don't want this backing off. Couple taps here like that on the nut. And we're good to go. What we have here now is zone 1. Right here. Black to hot, white to neutral. Take out your nut. And we're going to put that into zone 1 location. There we go. Pull the green one out to the side. I'm going to push these in like so. Out of the way. One more set to go and we're almost done. Over here we have an input hot. This is going to be the one that feeds this whole circuit board. As you can see over here, we have white neutral, black hot. And it's just for the input. Got all my wires secured, the protective sheath. I got my 3 neutral wires still loose. Top wires, all the zones secure in place. Now, for anyone in the comment section knows what this plastic piece is for, it doesn't come off because it has this little slot in here, so it stays in here, so I'm gonna leave it in here. I've seen it in other videos. No one ever said what the hell it's for, so I'm gonna leave that in place. We're gonna terminate our grounding strap to the chassis using this nut right here. We're gonna take our jump wire with our little hoop. Got 1. You're gonna take all 3 grounding straps, 2 and 3. So we're gonna take all 4 of these wires, and you could get Wago connectors. This is what I have on hand. This is what I'm using. We're going to join all 3 of these up together. We're going to go tight, 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 tight until you can't get any more tighter. We're going to take our little hoop. We're going to secure it around the ground stud. This is what it looks like. Everything hooked up. Play special note if you have zone 4 priority on or off. On my unit it was off, so I'm going to leave this one off. There's your bottom power blocks right there. 1 and 2 zone, grounding wire over there, input wires over here. You're gonna make sure your wires are not sticking out, flush to the body, to the chassis as possible, in like that. We're gonna turn on our circuit breaker And we're gonna turn on our boiler switch and give it a test run. Make sure that plastic is where it belongs. Turn it on. Got power. Boiler's coming on. We'll let everything cycle, and then we're gonna turn on each thermostat one at a time to make sure that we get power over here and everything operates your circulator pumps as should be. There we go. Zone 1 is the first floor. Immediately, zone 1 Takeo circulator pump went on. There goes top floor, zone 2, calling for heat. Circulator pump kicked on. Boiler is on. All good signs of a job well done. Now that everything here is good, your 2 zones calling for heat, getting heat upstairs. Last but not least, you're gonna take your cover, put it on, take your screwdriver, close your 4 screws down. Takeo SR504 4-zone switching relay replacement. Questions, comments, leave them below. I get back to everyone. Hope that video helped you. If it did, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, spread the word. Take care, fellas.